Dictator love religion, even if he is belonging to that religion. So here today, for example, we have Muslim ruler, but just by name, because they want to be dictator. If the people are close to their religion, they will understand enough that they are free to gain their rights. Once you are far from your religion, you will be always under other dictators' control. And that's why, as long as we had prophets during even ancient Egyptian time, Moses and Joseph, after they left or after their death, the other kings succeeded to control people's mind to be away enough from those any trace or any left touch from these two prophets, till they succeeded to get the people far away from any left touch of these two prophets. And then that what needed Allah always to send many prophets, one following the other, and even many religions, one following the other. But why many religions, by the way? It's logic to understand many prophets, so always to keep continuous touch with people and to remind them with religion. But what happened that those kings never, they became not only satisfied with the idea of making people forget the religion, but even they took the book of those original religion to change them, to corrupt their content, and to add new things to make the people feel that those books don't look logic to be taken as a religion anymore. So to make the people feel, like disgusting believing in the religion. So Allah sent book number 1, the Jewish book, and they succeeded to do that with it. And then book number 2, Bible, and again they succeeded to do that. Then book number 3, when it needed to be sent as the last book and no more books are coming on the way, which is Quran, needed to be sent in a special structure of language to be impossible in front of any trial for any kind of corruption or change or adding or taking some of its content at all. And that is the miracle of Prophet Muhammad, the language of Quran. Because the miracle of Prophet Moses, many things. The most famous of that is the stick that he used to split the sea. Jesus, of course, famous of many others, the ability of curing people from hopeless cases, diseases, and even from giving life from death to other people, and many, and even talking when he's a baby, speaking to people when he's a... So he was supported by many miracles. The support or the miracle of Prophet Muhammad is the Quran itself with its structure. Many trials happened to change a piece of word from its place in Quran, and nothing could be done for that because the meaning totally can collapse to make the people never take that sentence as a logic one at all. So the content became very strong to be the last trusted one, including even all the other two that had been taken and corrupted by the other rulers or other people. So in Quran you can find the original Bible, and in Quran you can find the original Old Testament of the Jewish religion, beside the new things came with Prophet Muhammad time.
And so that's when it stopped from the original beliefs. Is when when Moses,
the last change.
Yeah, Moses. That's when it changed.
The first change.
Okay.
Moses, Joseph. And then after the end of the ancient Egyptian, we had the Christian time. The Christian time came during the Greek time here in Egypt.
Okay.
The Roman time. The Roman fought them. The Roman killed all the Christian almost in Egypt. The Christian became only free to believe in Christianity and to be able to build churches with the coming of Muslims from Saudi Arabia. And that's why I told you the first church was built only 200 meters far from the oldest mosque.
Okay.
Because they seeked them to come to help them to get rid of the Roman, although they are going to replace conqueror by other conqueror, but they heard about the Arabs coming from Saudi Arabia. When they conquer a country, they never oblige people to change the religion and never torture people for believing in another religion. And that's what made them prefer them to any other invaders, The Arab came and they succeeded to kick the Roman outside, and then they give freedom to all Christians to start to build their church, and even they spent on the original Bible, the only one found here in Egypt, a lot of money to be restored and then to be kept. And that's why that original Bible is kept here, by the way, in a special Coptic museum, the original, which is containing the name of Prophet Muhammad as the coming as the last prophet after Jesus is raised up alive in the sky. That is the only one here in Egypt which is mentioning Prophet Muhammad, and that's why it's hidden. So that is the time, or these are the times when the beliefs of the ancient Egyptian started to disappear from the Egyptian life.
And so nobody wants to go back and see the true. Okay, nobody wants to ever go back in. Okay.
Because it's logic enough. Quran is very satisfying for any kind of doubting or searching for, okay, I don't believe something like that. So always you find answer in Quran.
Okay.
Even if you are so doubting person from yourself, you are not believing easily, you will never read Quran and then end with the same that you have started with. You will never. That's what made people now stable, very stable on that result.
Okay.
So, by the way, King Ramses II, we believe that he was that pharaoh who followed Moses when he was splitting the sea. You did see like 95% he was that pharaoh that wanted to kill Moses and his followers and follow him to the Red Sea. And then Moses fulfilled by Allah miracle by splitting the sea for him. The same time that king wanted to follow him, the sea came back to its normal pace and the king sank with his soldiers. And that's why the shape of that king mummy is very special in the Egyptian museum, very strange. The position of his hand and his arm is very strange and very different than any other mummy, maybe because it took the Egyptians some time before they found his mummy or his body floating on the sea and then taking him to be mummified. So maybe that is the reason. But another reason, after we investigated his mummified stomach, because as you know, the Egyptians, when they mummified the body, they mummified all the inner organs of the body, and then they took those organs outside the body to be kept in 4 jars, and they call these jars the canopic jars, and then always keep the canopic jars nearby the place of the mummy itself, believing the coming back soul will take those organs back to the body to give that person life back. So when we checked the stomach of that king, King Ramses II, we found some red herbs taken from the Red Sea, or found always in the Red Sea. So maybe he swallowed that herb when he was sinking in the sea, following Moses. So another statue for him, for King Ramses II, carrying to his left a stick with the head of goddess Hathor, goddess of motherhood. Maybe that one restored somehow, again because it was almost damaged, so you cannot even see the features of his face. The other more perfect statue for the king is that one to the right. The huge one to the right. Actually, we have 3 in good condition for that. 2 here in the garden, and the 3rd I will show you later after we finish this garden. Before we reach it, we have a column here for again goddess Hathor. As you see, it is taking some features from the cow. Besides, she's looking as a female, but still look like a cow, because that goddess is a cow, by the way. Originally, the Egyptian took the cow to be the goddess of motherhood. That's why she's sometimes represented as woman, sometimes represented as cow, or to mix between both features. It's white limestone. The material here is white limestone. 2 statues supposed to be complete in a standing position. The one to the left is for King Ramses II. The one to the right here is for God Betah, the god of this capital, as I told you, the original god of that capital. God Betah also is the god of creativity for the Egyptian. So if you see the standing statue for that god, he is human shape, standing, catching a stick with 3 horizontal lines, as you see. Typical to the